Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you as always for tuning back in. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Leila, the Lenormand reader, and I am one of the few people who focuses almost exclusively on the Lenormand practice. So be sure to check out all of the links that I have for you in the description box. There's plenty on the website that you can take advantage of to master this amazing deck. So welcome to a new more or less deck review video. I have had the Piquet deck for a while and I've been wanting to share this with you. And the reason for this is because the Lenormand deck has very close parallels with the Piquet deck. So it is part of the history of Lenormand. And I want to say that there isn't so much to cover in this video except to go through the deck and so that you are aware of a little bit of the history of Lenormand and what this Piquet deck is. As you know, we use the word Piquet in Lenormand to refer to one of the versions of the Grand Tableau. And it's the one that has the bottom line that stands out from the rest of the big rectangle, whereas the other version of the Grand Tableau is the Grand Tableau of nines, where you have 9 cards per 4 rows. So the word Piquet in our practice refers to the Grand Tableau layout, that version, but in the history actually it also refers to a deck of cards. And it's relevant to the Lenormand practice, like I said at the outset, because the Lenormand deck is actually almost 100% based on the structure of the Piquet deck. So I was happy to find one such deck when I was still in North America, and I've had it for a while, and I've been wanting to share it with you. So let's do this today in this shorter video. So here is the Piquet deck. As you can see, it is a regular playing card deck. Now, what is different about the Piquet deck from the regular playing cards is that it is made up of only 36 cards. So here you go. The 36 cards of the Lenormand deck. It is 36 cards across the 4 suits that we're all familiar with: the hearts, the spades, the clubs, and the diamonds. And the thing about this 36 card deck is obviously it is not a full 52 playing card deck. So apparently the 52 card deck, playing card deck that we're all familiar with, goes as far back as around the 1550s, so 16th century. The Piquet deck was well in circulation by the 1700s. So between the 1500s and the 1700s, a number of cards were dropped out of the regular 52 playing card deck to produce what is known as the Piquet deck. And what also happened in the 1700s is that this 36 card deck was further reduced in number of cards to 32. And the card that was removed is the 6 across each of the suits. So the 6s from all the suits were removed. Now in the Piquet, we have the numbers 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We have the Jack, the Queen, and the King, and the Ace. And this is exactly the structure that we find in the Lenormand deck. So for comparison, let's take the Lenormand deck, and I like to use the palimpsest when I do these reviews or these videos because the palimpsest shows the pip associated with each of the cards rather well. I know some of you don't like the illustrations on the palimpsest. It is a bit quirky, but the pip shows really well, and until I find decks that I like that show the illustrations in the way that I want them to, specifically for camera, I'll just be using this. So thanks for bearing with me for those of you who don't like the palimpsest. I want to add that the numbers we are looking at when we are comparing Lenormand with the Piquet deck are the numbers associated with the pip, not the card number, but the pip. As you know, Lenormand's cards has a number associated with each of them, and also it has a pip card associated with them. Our focus here is the pip card numbers, not the number of the card. So as you can see, we've got each of the Lenormand cards associated with one of these playing cards, the pips. So we've got the Ace of Hearts is the man, the King of Hearts is the house, the Queen of Hearts is the stork, the Jack is the heart itself, and the 10 is the dog, the 9 is the rider, the 8 is the moon, the 7 is the tree, and the 6 is the stars. So it's a pretty happy suit, and the same idea goes for the other suits, where we have a Lenormand card that associates with one of the cards from the Piquet deck. So there is a perfect pip association between Lenormand's cards and the Piquet deck. And that's a reason, well, I would say it's a very good reason to believe that Lenormand's cards were adapted from the Piquet initially. But as you know, it also is associated very strongly with the game of hope. And I did do a video about the game of hope. I will refer you to that, and I will link it in the description and also up here. So let's move on to the next suit. So this is the suit of spades. So we have an ace, we have the king, the queen, the jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So same numbers and court cards in each of the suits, of course, in the Piquet, and each of these cards correspond to one of the Lenormand cards. So the spade is the ace of spades, is the woman, the king is the lily, the queen is the flowers, the jack is the child, and the ship is number 10, anchor is 9, garden is 8, letter is 7, and 6 is the tower. So not as happy a suit as the hearts, and I did cover the pips a little bit in another video, which I'll also link for you in case it's interesting. So this is suit number 2 from the Piquet, corresponds to Lenormand. Let's go through the suit of diamonds, and same idea, an ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. So the suit of diamonds in Lenormand is the enterprising suit, the business suit. Here's the ace, it's the sun. And here is the upside down. The king is the fish, queen is Rhodes, the jack is the scythe, and the book is the 10 of diamonds, coffin is 9, key is 8, bird 7, clover 6. So this is a suit that is focused on luck and enterprise and, you know, taking some risks. It's also quite a dynamic suit. So that's the third suit. Again, matches perfectly with the pips of the Piquet. And finally, we have the clubs. Here is the ace, the king, the queen, the jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. Same idea. We have the ace of clubs is the ring, the king is the clouds, the queen is the snake, the jack is the whip, 10 is bear, 9 is fox, 8 is the mountain, 7 is the mice, and 6 is the cross. In Lenormand, the clubs suit is the challenge suit, whereas in most of the other playing cards and correspondences between the pips and the energy of a suit, it is usually the spades that is challenging. But in Lenormand, it's a little bit different. So these are the 4 suits of the Lenormand deck and how they match perfectly with the pips of the Piquet. Now, in case it's of interest to you, the Piquet deck was used for a game. It is played with just 2 people, and it has its rules. I'm going to link for you a video that I found was more helpful than others to learn how to play Piquet if you're interested in it. But here's what, you do not need to go out and get yourself a Piquet deck to play with. You could just take them out of a 52 playing card deck, and you've got your Piquet deck. I was happy to find this one. I was just curious about it, you know, about if it's different. I have to say I like the illustrations. They look pretty classical and tidy as well. So it's a clean looking deck. The size is, it's a bit small, but actually it's quite nice to handle. And the back is just a regular playing card deck. And this one was produced by Piquet, which is a very popular and famous and well-respected company for decks. If I find it, I'm going to link it for you and maybe add it also to my Amazon page. But I just wanted to do a quick video today to cover this deck just for a reference, so we have it on record somewhere in our resources, and so that you have a bit of an idea of the history. And yeah, we have plenty of reason to believe that it wasn't Mademoiselle Lenormand who came up with the deck. She came up with how to use the deck, but the structure of the deck was in circulation through decks like the Piquet. The symbols on the cards were already in circulation through the Game of Hope, which, like I said, I was going to link. So it's really the method of divination using an existing deck of cards that is the major contribution of Mademoiselle Lenormand. And of course her predictions that were apparently really spot on and controversial. So that was it for a quick tutorial or a video on the Piquet deck for our records. Let me know if you know anything else about these cards, or if you have any thoughts about them. I'd be interested. There is a bit of mystery around some elements of Lenormand, but I think when it comes to the history of the deck, it's pretty clear that she didn't come up with the deck. But if there's something else you want to share, I would love to hear it. So thank you for tuning in. As always, until next time, take very good care of yourself.